Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be the biggest Pokemon game ever. According to Nintendo, the game is going to be set entirely within Lumio City, and if you can summarize from the little trailers that we've gotten so far, we're obviously going to be rebuilding or redeveloping Lumio City. And there's multiple ways you can look at this. I think a lot of people are really stuck on this being a future game instead of a past game, but I can also see some reason why it would be a past game and not a future game. Let's start off with the past and then let's go into the future, because maybe we're thinking about this wrong. So if this game was set in the past, then we would know that it would be right after the war that happened, because nothing else in Kalos happened that would have caused any severe damage that I guess the whole entire region would need redeveloping. And just for a moment, let's just think about not holding this Lumio station to the same standard that we know from X and Y. Because the moment they introduced parallel universes and multiple timelines, I think it's safe to say that everything that we knew prior to them adding Mega Evolutions and then all the stuff in Oris can kind of be thrown out the window. Because let's just say there's a different Kalos entirely, and not the same timeline that we already know with or without Megas. And the ancestors that we see in this game would be different like they are in Legends Arceus for our current, I guess, interpretation of the characters that we already know in the present day. And if we do go into the future, what if X and Y just never happened? Kind of like how in Let's Go, when you still go through Kanto, Red and Blue are already grown up, but you still have to fight Giovanni. But by that logic, it doesn't make any sense, because what event in X and Y would have caused us to redevelop Lumio City? Because you gotta think, right? On the website, it says where an urban development plan is underway to shape the city into a place that belongs to both people and Pokemon. And in X and Y, we were already living with the Pokemon in Lumio City. Besides Lysander, everybody else kind of just went through the game like normal. So it would have to be in the past, because what if Pokemon aren't very kind to humans in this certain timeline? Or maybe not as aggressive as they were in Legends Arceus, which goes back to this being a sequel game, maybe, and not just another standalone title, you know? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts on this, but I honestly think this game is going to be so big in terms of scaling. I've seen a lot of people talk about how can they make the entire game about Lumio Station? And I just want everybody to remember the size of Scarlet and Violet does exist on the Switch. And if the game is going to be releasing in 2025, I'm going to assume that it's going to be on the next Switch console, which would obviously be a lot more stronger than the Switch currently is. And maybe, just maybe, we could double the scale of the Scarlet and Violet world. Maybe that's asking for too much, you never know. Now, we still only know so much about this game because it did say that the game is going to be set entirely within Lumio City, but we also don't even have any gameplay to at least scale the city off of currently before we start rebuilding it. Which is why I think it's going to be a past game, because if it's a future game, we already have routes to kind of explore. Why would we not explore the rest of Kalos? Unless it's a past game where the current Lumio Station in that timeline got destroyed by the ancient weapon, and then we'd have to rebuild Lumio City to what it is right now. That would mean a whole bunch of wildlife must have taken over and a whole bunch of Pokemon migrated over the remains of Lumio City. And then as you continue the game, you'll start slowly seeing the city start rebuilding itself for what we know it as in the current X and Y timeline. Kind of like how in Jubilife City in Pokemon Legends Arceus, where you start seeing the city start rebuilding itself with the more side quests you start doing. It'd be the exact same way, you know? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I honestly doubt that we are going to only be in Lumio City, because Kalos has a lot of places that are inspired by actual places that I feel like could be expounded upon when it comes to lore, especially if we look on the logo. The logo literally has Zygarde wrapping around the ancient weapon. The A is the ancient weapon. Where's the ancient weapon? In Geosenge Town. Where's Zygarde? In Terminus Cave. Now, let's not discredit where they can go with this Kalos game, because honestly, if you really think about it, where Pokemon is really at right now, they have a whole bunch of things that can add to Kalos, such as giving Zygarde an actual plot to the ancient war, or having him be the answer to the ancient weapon being activated in the first place. Because obviously, in order to activate the ancient weapon, you need to have Yveltal and Xerneas. Well, that's only based off of Lysander. Unfortunately, if you do know the actual lore, the Infinity energy is what is really the source of the power the ancient weapon had. We also have no idea how they're going to implement Scarlet and Violet stuff, because I do not think for 1 second they are going to completely just drop Scarlet and Violet, especially for its characters. And with the whole concept being the past and the future, I 100% doubt that we're not going to be seeing another Paradox Pokemon or a new Paradox Pokemon, or maybe Heath, and who knows how they'll tie in Infinity Energy with the Terraforms and the Mega Evolutions. Let me know in the comment section below, where do you guys think they're going to take this, because in my opinion, I think this game is going to be the biggest game yet. We're just at a really good spot when it comes to Pokemon lore, and even as the world, if it's just Lumio Station, that's perfectly fine. You could have Lumio Station as big as the entire Scarlet and Violet region, and nobody would complain unless it was just a city and we kind of just didn't do anything. But I have a lot more faith in Game Freak that it's not just gonna be some standalone, oh hey, we're in this town, half of it's destroyed, half of it's not, or we gotta rebuild this. I don't think that's gonna be real. And I don't think that we're absolved of a Pokemon Generation 5 game either, or a Johto game, honestly. Because why can't they just put some descendant or ancestor of time travels involved, of some character that we've known in lore in the past, or maybe we've seen in modern times, or bring somebody else from the past that they've done before. Shoot! Bring the other brother. You mean to sit here and tell me only Ingo got taken by the light and not Emmett? Shoot, you can have a female in or something. But if it is just Lumio Station, I wonder how they're going to incorporate habitats in the game, because this Lumio Station will obviously have to be something that separates itself from what we already know so far, which is literally just a bunch of skyscrapers and like roads. I mean, shoot, even off the trailer, we got some crazy stuff too. But that's up to y'all. Or it's up to them rather, right? Anyway, I'm gonna end this off. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like and a comment. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, I love you guys. Yo, if you made it this far, listen, I know this video is technically done, but obviously this video didn't end up being the normal 10-minute video or maybe 8-minute video that I needed it to be, so we can get like ads and stuff, because you know how YouTube is when it comes to like their rules or whatever. So if you made it this far, say hi. Don't tag anything, just say hi. So I know that you got to this point in the video, right? Listen, support your content creators. Leaving a like and commenting is always free. Thank you so much for the support on any and all videos in the last couple of like days. You guys have made my 2024 so far so much better. And to all the new guys, thank you so much for coming through as well. Hopefully you guys stick around for all the amazing content, because I got more. Don't not listen. This video is one of many to come. I'm having a lot of fun. I feel great. I feel rejuvenated again. I don't know. It feels so interesting playing through this, or not even playing through, but like just seeing a lot of people excited to play Kalos again, because I blew up during X and Y. If you go back and like look through like my catalog, I was playing X and Y. I blew up during this time, and it was such an amazing time, and the community was so much smaller. And, it kind of feels like, you know, it feels really good to talk about things that I know, especially to like the T. I literally, put so much like blood, sweat, and tears into learning the Kalos lore and everything after when Oris came around. So like I want to like start adding everything that we know up to this point in Pokemon's everything, and trying to see where it could fit in the established Kalos lore and Kalos, like, you know, sphere, and see where we can go from there and see what we can add. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to reinvent the wheel and try to like get some of these theories cooking, because I'm really doing this. Like I really sit up here all day and all night just thinking to myself like, okay, how to go do this, how to do this, how to do this. And I don't know when I'm going to be exhausted of the game, especially because we only have like a teaser, you know what I'm saying? But I do hope that you all enjoy these videos, because I just enjoy making them. And it just feels really, really good to be back, you know? Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry for spamming you with ads. I know. Listen, support your content creators. You know what I'm saying? Support your content creators. I love you. And just thank you all. You know, thank you so much. Goodbye. Love y'all.